Hi, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Um, I just going live impromptu because I'm so happy I now have more of a ability to do live streams on my channel. So today's my day off. I was like, I'm just gonna celebrate my day off by doing my creative work and doing a live stream. So here we are. Thank you again for being here. It looks like it's a little bit dark. That's something I'm working on in here is my lighting for live streams because I really appreciate candlelight, but it can get a little too dark in here. So I'm seeing that it looks a little dark, but that's okay. I'm just gonna kind of go with it for now. I'm just planning to do a general layout, general collective messages today. What wants to come through? A lot of kind of what's been coming through for me personally, and also just as I'm tapping in and opening up and feeling energy coming through right now, is conspiracy. Lots of conspiracy theory, lots of what's hidden, what's unseen, uncovering things being exposed. I mean, that's been kind of a theme over the last couple years in a global way and even in a personal way for lots of people, right? And the interesting thing that I'm kind of tapping into right now as I'm feeling that is the way that, like, during the first Trump administration, there was the whole Q conspiracy, right? And QAnon, and people were like, yes, it's finally coming out. Everything's going to be exposed. This is all really, there were a lot of people that leapt right into that and got deep into Q and who is that and whatever. And then over time, it slowly kind of became revealed and it got debunked that it was a man behind Q that had started other types of things like Q in the past. He's a bad actor. He's like a paid agent type of person. He's somebody, and oh man, that's right. I see someone in the chat, but I don't have my little thing. I forgot to bring my little tablet to monitor the chat. So I'm really sorry. Hi, I see that you're here in the chat. Thank you. Maybe I'll just get up and do that because what the hell, there's no rules. I can get up and interrupt my live for a minute so I can get get my tablet so I can monitor the chat. Let me just do that really quick. Hang on so I can better interact with you. So anyways, what I was saying is, as I was talking about conspiracy and opening up and things kind of starting to come through in this message, what's coming through is how Q was a very effective fake conspiracy, right? Whoever orchestrated it and was behind it and carried it all out did an amazing job of creating this conspiracy. Okay, people really bought in and dove deep in, and there was an entire community created around Q, and then it all turned out to be fake, right? It's almost like what I'm feeling as I tap into that is that Q was like a plant conspiracy, right? To distract people from what the actual deeper cover up is. Okay, so I don't know. It's getting into some weird shit, and that's gonna have resonance for someone, right? Like, who's the fake and who's the real fake or something, which that starts getting into very trippy worlds of like, what is that even? What is reality, right? Like the fabric of reality getting really messed up or something. So I'm just pulling this up. I might not be able to do it. It might be affecting my feed even by trying to do this because I'm noticing that it's not loading. And so it might be impacting my live feed. It might be getting glitchy, I'm wondering, because I can't load anything on here. So I'm gonna have to I guess I'm gonna have to figure out. Yeah, sorry, I'm distracted because I'm trying to do this. I'm gonna give it one more shot here. It doesn't seem like it's wanting to work. So today, it looks like today's gonna be a day that I can't really interact with the chat, and I'm bummed about that because I love interacting with the chat, but it's not working because I can't see it from here and I can't get it to load. Oh wait, it might be starting to. Might be starting to load here. Come on, you can do it, little tablet that could. You can do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. It's just taking too long. So gonna not be able to interact with the chat. Thank you though, for being here. Truly, I'm just gonna get into a collective reading. So there's something about, and then I'll just go ahead and go into that because I've been talking about the hidden true crime thing and the scandal that's unfolded in the true crime community on YouTube. And Crusha Easton, Kay and Larry Woodcock's daughter, who has her own channel, which I'm so glad I know about now. I never knew about it until recently. Has just did a live stream where she's asking, is this hidden true crime channel on YouTube an LDS plant? Like, is it planted by the LDS church in order to, like, because the LDS church is a big power broker in the country, right? And so there's something to that maybe there's like fake shit that you're open to or trying to explore yourself, investigating. You might be someone that likes investigative journalism or investigating conspiracy theories. I'm a little bit newer to enjoying like watching people, and the way I do it, because I am interested in that kind of thing, but I also am a critical thinker, and so I get worried about going down rabbit holes where I'm not thinking critically. So I'll watch channels that also are interested in conspiracy theories, but that do it from like let's look at this critically and break it down from the evidence. And there's a couple that I'll just name here. One is Mr. Mythos or Mr. Mythos. I really like his channel. And there's another one called Mysterious Middle East, and I like their channel too. And they're open. They're not out there to say, yes, there's a conspiracy and you must believe it. They're more like, let's look at this conspiracy and see if it has any, like, what's the real deal here. And I like that kind of stuff because I'm into it. I'm into the paranormal and whatever. So those are themes for this reading. Maybe conspiracy, cover-ups, highly strange events. One thing they were looking into around hidden true crime is like, well, why were they starting up as a production company way back in 2009? But they only, there was some question about that. Like, is this an LDS plant type thing? And I had a weird experience of Bizarro World. It's about 6 or 7 months ago now, where there was like another version of me out there, a CynthiaVogel clinical social worker that was also an artist. And it was like, huh? Who's this clown? Like, I'm CynthiaVogel, clinical social worker artist, right? So I kind of tripped out and was looking this person up. Like, is this a fake? Is this a real person? Like, of course, there's more CynthiaVogels than me. There's a lot of us in the country of the United States, but that's also a social worker, that's also an artist, right? Like, it was getting a little bit weird. Like, what world am I in? Am I in a fake world here? Is this the Matrix or what's going on? And I think that person is real, but it took me there for a while where I was like, am I being set up? What is this? Who is this? What is this fake CynthiaVogel? And I think she's actually real, but it's that kind of thing again. So we'll just, now that I've kind of done all that sharing, I'll try to just get into the messages here for the layout. What are some messages that want to come out for the collective right now? Thank you for being here. It looks like I'm still streaming okay. My stream hasn't ended. So I'm glad, because I was having some streaming issues. Oh shoot, I forgot to do not disturb. I've got messages coming in that are probably interfering with the feed too. So thank you for your patience. I'm learning the whole live stream. It's a whole other thing than doing uploads. And I love to do lives, but it's finicky here. What do we need to know, Spirit? What do we need to know in this matrix world that we're living in? So we're here in Queen of Pentacles status. This represents us. A Queen of Pentacles is a very grounded, secure woman, wise woman. Sometimes she represents a mother figure, but she's often just an earth mama, right? Like somebody that you really feel safe in her presence. She's can make you an incredible dinner. She's an incredible hostess. She has an amazing home that feels welcoming and inviting and safe and beautifully decorated, right? Like she's very connected to her body, to the planet, abundant, right? Like has a lot of fruitful, beautiful energy about her. This is the cornerstone energy, and this is representing us in the collective. It's very nice. We're feeling like we need to kind of protect some of that we've maybe tapped in or become aware that other people might want that, but want to take it without regarding it with respect, the respect that it deserves. There's some kind of energy like that present where we're feeling a need to redraw our boundaries or protect our resources, protect our energy, right? It could look anything like that. And it's because we're a little fatigued and a little burdened from our work. And so someone is wise that recognizes, like, I'm so tired and maybe maxed out and exhausted and don't have a lot of energy, so it's time to kind of get grounded, take care of myself for a while and protect my own energy. You may have decided I need to step out of the illusion of something that I've been involved in, where I've maybe been trying to discern or figure out what's going on or choose my path, and it got a little bit convoluted and heavy for you, and so you decided, nope, I need to just retreat and take care of self and go within and let go of trying to figure this whole thing out. And if we're talking about conspiracy, this could be something like that. Like the Seven of Cups can look like somebody investigating evidence that looks very, what's the word? Intriguing, like engaging, engrossing, like draws you in like a conspiracy. Like, what is this? And then the more you pull on the thread, the deeper and deeper it goes. That's what I'm feeling here. And it's like you suddenly decided, okay, time out, because I've gotten so overwhelmed with this that I need to put all this aside and just rest. I keep hearing the term circle the wagons, which I'm not a big fan because I'm a far left radical. I believe in land back. You know, circle the wagons is sort of subtler colonial, like we got to defend ourselves against the savages. Like that's a little, not a term I would choose, but that's what keeps coming through. And so finally I'm just going to say it. It's like you've decided I need to circle the wagons. I need to just protect what's mine for now and rest and disengage from the conspiracy. So it might be like, I can't see clearly anymore. I've gotten so deep into this by pulling on this thread that it's better for me to detach and list and what am I trying to say? Detach and just take care of myself for a while to make sure that I'm not going too deep into things and losing sight of my ability to reason. Okay, that's coming through. So I didn't even finish the layout. That's just the first message that's coming through, kind of channeled. Yeah, there's tension around you and a need to defend yourself and protect yourself. You feel like you tapped into something. So that's why conspiracy is coming through. I'm reading for somebody that feels like they have tapped into something deeper. And it could be globally or it could be in their own life where they've started realizing my business partner is siphoning off the top of the accounts. And I didn't know that. They're, embezzling money away from our business and doing an illegal trade on the side or something like that. You might be just going through it personally and tapping into and discovering, and then you think, my God, that can't be. This is my brother. We go back 20 years and you're starting to realize, God, maybe this person isn't who I thought they were. Okay, it's something like that I'm picking up on for you. It's been a shock to your heart, and you've wondered, like, am I losing it? Am I getting too lost in this illusion here, or is this real, what I'm tapping into? That's kind of where you're at right now. You're feeling like maybe I need to just sort of watch and wait more. I'm also picking up on the fact that you are of two minds. Like, part of you is thinking that you did tap into something, another part of you is like, that's way too crazy, there's no way. And in the facts position is the Three of Cups, which I'm not quite understanding. What's the Three of Cups here? You might be working with other people on this. This might be like a group project. And all three of you, or the small handful of you that are working together, are like, what the hell what did we just tap into? That keeps coming through as well. Like, what did we tap into here? What are we picking up on here? Something about this is very wild. Like Crusha Easton was saying, is hidden true crime an LDS plant? She's maybe in a group, that's an example, that she's in a group of people possibly that are starting to look into that, right? Yeah, boom. I said, what is this Three of Cups? And the first thing is the moon. You're investigating something. You're working together with some people and going into an investigation. What is this? What is this illusion? And it's with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. You're wanting to uncover the illusion. You're wanting to get, but you're also sort of recognizing that you need to protect yourself as you do this, okay? There are eyes on you, watching you, with this Page of Swords, okay? In the reverse, not everybody watching your work wants your work to succeed, is what I'm feeling here. It's like a warning. They're not powerful, they're not power brokers, so that's maybe also helpful to know. These are pages. These are maybe flying monkeys right now that are watching your work, okay? They do bidding. They do the bidding of the power brokers, right? Yeah, you're feeling that there's the potential for this to harm you and your own security if you're not careful. And in fact, you may have already, depending on where you are in this whole process, you might have already started getting that kind of messaging from others, like, you better not go down this road, you're going to regret it, or this is really messed up, you're now part of the problem, or like, now that you've caught on and are tapping into something, you're starting to get blowback and you're having to defend yourself with the Seven of Wands from this conflict. There's conflict coming because of this investigating that you're doing. So can you tell me more about the Five of Swords here? What is the conflict that's gonna, I mean, it's conflict. You might end up having to defend yourself. You might have to explain or remind people, like, I'm allowed to investigate things, right? I'm allowed to ask questions. I'm allowed to tell the truth as I see it, right? You're not. But a lot of times flying monkeys will be sent out to shut you up right before you can get your message out there. And it might be something like that you're going to be having to deal with. What's the Five of Swords? Looks like the stream is still going okay. For somebody, what I'm picking up is very personal. This is going to be very specific to someone right now that I just tapped into. You are going to be faced with having to defend yourself in a child custody case because somebody is accusing you of being an addict and being out of control, and you are in the process of having to defend yourself against those accusations. And this is saying it's almost over, that you're almost over. You're going to successfully not have to defend yourself again and your conduct and your character in this child custody case anymore. That's very specific for someone. So someone might have been smearing you and trying to destroy your reputation in a legal case, and this is saying that it's going to be revealed. You're almost there. You're on the home stretch with this. What else is that? What else for the Five of Swords in the outcome? For other people, I'm picking up that you had an argument with a childhood friend. Or you have a history in childhood that you're, I don't know what that is. Let me just get, what is that? What's the childhood friend thing? For other people, I'm picking up that there's a childhood friend that is feeling threatened by a new beginning that you're going to have, and they want to either sabotage it or steal it, like take it for themselves. They may be doing this under the guise of a lot of friendliness and like, let's go out, let's hang out, and meanwhile they're getting you talking and getting you loosened up so that they can take what you're doing and run with it themselves. Okay, it could be a childhood friend, it could be a family member. What is this? What's being taken collectively? What's happening about this thief energy? There's new beginning energy here that somebody's trying to prevent possibly or take for themselves. Can we find out more about that? What is this conflict? And who is the thief? For the collective, can we get collective like archetypes so you know who and what to watch out for? Somebody is trying to create illusion under the guise of concern. So when we were talking about like the child custody dispute and, you know, somebody accusing you of being addicted, the way that they're doing that is under the guise of being concerned. This is like fake concern. I heard somebody say this the other day. Enlightened morality, victimhood. And I was like, wow. So it's something like that. Like this person's accusing you of like being an out of control addict, and they're this morally enlightened victim that just wants you to get help and just wants the best for you because I don't want to see them hurt even though we're divorced. Meanwhile, that's not true. They're smearing you. They're going behind, you know, it's all under the guise though of like being a helper. That's very insidious. That's coming through. And I said, can we have that for a collective message, not have it be specific? And that's what it came through. So it's that kind of theme. You'll know this is your reading if you're dealing with somebody like that, who puts themselves out there as like, oh no, I'm just concerned. I'm not mad at you. I'm just concerned for you. When really they're going behind your back and spreading false narrative about you under the guise of concern. Okay. And that's how they've been getting away with it. Because everybody's like, oh, wow, yeah, how big of you that you're not even worried about your own pain. You're such a big and morally enlightened person that you really just want the best for your abuser. It's that kind of crap, okay? That's what is being highlighted here. And that what you're being warned about, right? So if we circle back, you're healthy, grounded, Queen of Pentacles energy. You've sensed that you tapped into something pretty messed up here, and it's impacting you personally. It's not just a global thing, it's also impacting you personally, and it's under the guise of oh, I'm so concerned, and right, very messed up, very shady, but you're onto it. You know, you might be alone in your knowledge right now though, and that can be a little stressful when that happens. So now what I think is going to be a good move for this reading to wrap it up is to pull advice cards now for you. Now that we've kind of gotten the theme, which is, that's annoying. Okay. Sorry. I don't know if you can hear that chainsaw, but I'm annoyed that there's a chainsaw going while I'm doing a live reading. Hey, excuse me. Now my cat's trying to act possessive of my cards. So let's see. What do I want to do now? I said I wanted to pull advice, an advice spread. Now that you are tapped in and aware that someone is trying to thwart you and trying to stop you from uncovering the truth, trying to prevent you from knowing about the truth, trying to interrupt your flow, get other people thinking that you don't know what you're talking about, calling into question your behavior and your conduct when you're not doing anything wrong, right? It's a false narrative that they were spreading. So what's some advice for you now? What's some advice? What should you do? Rest. Don't worry about it. That's first and foremost, but we're going to keep the layout going here because there's more cards that I pull for this advice layout. So when you sensed that you needed to slow down and rest and get grounded again, you were right. That was the right instinct. And then I pull some Lenormand, and this will do it. Thank you for everybody that happens to still be here. I appreciate you. I'm so bummed that I can't interact with the chat right now. I hope anybody is still in here is benefiting from this reading. What do you need to know now that you've kind of caught on that there's something deeper going on and that maybe somebody's trying to catch you up in something or catch us up in something if it's a bigger group message for you? I just love cards because this is, I can already tell, it's spot on the right advice that you need. You need to rest. You need to cleanse your energy, protect your energy, whether that you do that by smudging, by cord cutting, by prayer. Some people smoke cannabis for enlightenment. You can do that. Wait until this illusion blows over because there's a lot of illusion present and you might be part of the truth telling that is exposing the illusion, but right now it's okay to rest. You're being told to rest while some of this happens on its own without you having to do anything, okay? You might have really tapped into something huge and it's overwhelmed you and your instincts are spot on. You just need to rest and let go right now because it's bigger than you, right? You have to turn it over to fate. There's something bigger going on with the Star card and the cornerstone energy. This is you, Queen of Pentacles. It's okay to rest. You need to rest. The work that you're doing is good work. You have tapped into something. You're spot on about something. This is the key. The key is that you have tapped into and caught on to something deeper. The thread that you're pulling is leading to something, okay? Whatever you're doing, you are onto something. It's gonna fuck with your head though, what you're onto, and it's saying there's justice. There's something way bigger going on here, okay? This is like Epstein level type shit, okay? But maybe it's on a personal level for you in your own worlds. For some of you, it's like a personal court battle you're going through. For other people, you're right, you've tapped into something bigger like conspiracy type stuff. That's a justice issue. It's the key. You're onto something. That is the key. It's major confirmation for you. There's a snake around you and it's saying your willingness to inject chaos into the situation is exposing the snake around you that doesn't want to be exposed, okay? You can't make it up. Right now you just need to rest. But you are spot on that they're not going to go down without a fight, and you're right that you need to protect yourself. Be tender with your inner child and cut ties with anyone or anything that you feel is a part of this. This is really, really good advice for you. And then otherwise you need to just cleanse yourself and replenish yourself and rest and protect yourself. Very good advice, because you are right. You've tapped into something. Is there any other thing you need to know? I'm going to now pull some final messages. Final messages for this layout. Final messages. What else finally do you need to know about the situation? Final messages, Spirit. What do you need to know? What do you need to know? Oops. These are just a little loteria deck. They're not very meant to be used like this necessarily. What do you need to know? Yeah, there's a scorpion around you. There's a scorpion, and we just are entering Scorpio season. So this might be when things are going to be coming to light over Scorpio season. This is you. This is this goes right back to the beginning of the reading. You're a Queen of Pentacles, and this cantarito, what it's striking me as is very similar to a gourd. And a gourd represents motherhood and represents divine feminine energy. This is you. You are very tapped into like healing feminine, grounded divine feminine energy that's healing, that's nurturing, that's restorative energy, that cares for others, that wants for others healing. You're a very abundant, beautiful feminine energy. You can be in a masculine body. Okay, we're not talking necessarily about gender, but this is you. You're a healer, a community healer. Okay, you're a community healer. That's a final message. 44 might have meaning for you. Yeah, there's a coward around you that's this Page of Swords in the reverse, that's like the negative eyes. Don't forget about that. You need to be cleansing and protecting your energy from evil eye and from people that are going to be talking about your work in a way that's that could negatively impact it. Yeah, and just shelter yourself, protect yourself from the storm. You're a community healer. Protect yourself from the storm and from this bad actor, and from and protect yourself is going to mean different things to different people. Whether that's being transparent yourself, whether that's making sure that your side of your fence is clean, whether that's conducting and comporting yourself with ethics and integrity. That's how you protect yourself, right? It all comes out in the end, even if you have to go through this, what you've been through, which is like having your character and your conduct called into question. For some of you, just protect yourself. It's almost over. Yeah, you're about to be in this sort of flow state, abundant state that a Queen of Pentacles is meant to be in. That's where you're headed. Just protect yourself. This is almost over. So I think that's going to do it for this reading. You're not wrong. You're on to something. You just need to take a break and rest and allow some of the work that you've already been doing to keep its own momentum, right? You don't have to force it. It's gathered momentum. The work that you've done for yourself to bring a lot of this to light has momentum and has a life of its own now, and you can sit back and rest and watch it unfold right now. Because you're reclaiming your abundance, you're reclaiming what's yours, you're reclaiming your sense of safety, security, joy, your right to just enjoy life again, right? And not always having to be a truth teller, exposing things and fighting for justice all the time, right? You're allowed to rest. Justice was at the heart of it, and but rest right now, because all of the hard work you've been doing for justice in this case is paying off. You're almost there. It's almost over. So maybe I'll check the chat and see if anyone asked me a question in the chat, if anyone's still here. And then oops, goodness, did I just flash you? I'm sorry if I did. I don't know. Thank you. I'm glad you like my glasses. Thank you. Hi. A dancer and a gym trainer. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Hi to all of these people that were in my chat. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And it looks like pretty much everyone left. I don't see that anybody has... I don't see that anybody has any questions, really. Oh, there's 3 people in here right now, it looks like. If you, before I was just about to hang up, if you want to ask me a question and put it in the chat, I can go ahead and try to answer for you. Okay, I don't see one. I don't see any questions coming through, so I'll go ahead and end for now, but thank you all for being here so much, and I'll see you in the next live. Bye-bye.